Well, that sucks. Time for a replacement. Calling my name, Container Store. There she is. This is a 20-gallon weather-tight trunk, and that's exactly what we're looking for. It's got the reinforced top so you can stand on it.
Influencers in the wild.
Right. This is what we're looking for. So this thing is 60 bucks. So the last one we bought did last for about 3 years though, which is pretty good. So this is coming home with us. All right, so I'm looking at a couple of the other options, but the reason why I like this one is because it's clear, and this is like really, really strong so you can stand on it in comparison to bins like this, where it's very hollow and there's just not a lot of support underneath. You can tell with this one, because these grooves in here are super big, and it's a really strong tote. So that's why I'm going with this one here versus like any of these other like more heavy duty totes. But like these just, I mean, this is pretty cool though. You got like little bins inside of the bin. That's cool. But otherwise, that's why we're going with this one. This place is so awesome. So many options for storage. Out with the old, in with the new. All right, guys, we are back from the store, and while I'm getting everything transferred over, we might as well go over everything we have in our camp kitchen box. So I just got back from another trip, so we got some dishes here that we need to put away. So I'm gonna put those to the side, and let's get everything organized. Get everything out of here. This tote that we've had it for about over 3 years now. So honestly, for 60 bucks, 3 years of use, and you got one hole at the very bottom, which I probably could have repaired, but figured I might as well just buy a brand new one. But I really like these containers because of how heavy duty they are. I step on these all the time. We can pretty much jump on top of them. The reason why this old one broke, I believe it's because I ended up putting the tote on top of a rock on like one of the corners, and then it ended up just snapping when I stepped on it. So that's pretty much why. Otherwise, I'm pretty sure I would have been completely fine if it weren't for that rock. All right, so starting off, I'm gonna get these spices out here, put our rags to the side. I gotta do some dishes here for those. Possibly some other dishes here. Yep. We got some soap. We are pretty much just going to transfer this entire box right here. Oh, let me get this other stuff out. Dish soaps. Got our tea kettle here. Toaster. Got the stackable Stanley base camp. And then we have a single cast iron pan that I put in here just so it doesn't get super dirty. Got some extra rags here. This is for the water jug. Got some extra hooks, some marshmallow skewer. Got some extra trash bags and some Ziploc bags here. And some more extra Ziploc bags. So I'm gonna also organize while I'm in here. Might as well. Got our little bug zapper. Lysol wipes, throw that off to the side here. Aluminum foil. Green propane tank. We got some bug repellent stuff, so we got some coils here. multiple coils, and we also have the mosquito repellent little like thermocell thing. So we got some of the refills of both the canisters as well as the little pads that you need for them. So I'm just gonna keep all that together. And that's what I use to organize everything, as I use a lot of just, you know, Ziploc bags. And I got the organizer in the middle here, and that's really the biggest piece of organization inside of here. Just an extra plastic bag. Throw that in here for some extra cups, some more plastic bags, and some little foldable Tupperwares. And I got 2 sizes of these, so just for like extra food and stuff around camp, we can put it away. And that is pretty much everything that is inside of the camp tote. I mean, we kind of keep things pretty simple here. I got some inside of this middle jug. All I'm gonna do is just transfer this thing over. And yeah, you can see here, that's where that hole was. All right, let's put everything back together here. Since I had washed some dishes here, inside of the Stanley base camp, I actually have a mixture of pots. So this base camp didn't come with all of this in here. This is just kind of me making it up as I go. But what I really want is 1 pan, 1 big pot, and then another pot for like noodles and stuff. So inside of here though, inside of that one is what I have our bowls in here. So this is where I keep all of our bowls for different meals. And then this all stacks together. So this is the base camp, and this is just a Stanley 2-pot set, I believe is what they call it. But it fits perfectly inside the base camp with the frying pan. This frying pan and the Stanley all came together. But they fit perfectly with the Stanley bowl set. So that will go in there, like so. Actually, I usually put an extra little like yellow rag at the bottom just so it doesn't jiggle around and break on us. Get our cast iron back in there. And I usually just kind of keep this off to the side here, like that. And then the Stanley base camp rests inside of the cast iron. And then from there, we got the toaster that goes over in the front here. We got the bug zapper off to the side. And then we're just gonna layer everything else in here. So throw the tinfoil back in, put the marshmallow skewer back on into the corner here. And that's what I really like about having this divider in here, is that you can kind of sneak stuff all around the sides. But then I have all of our Ziploc bags. Our Ziploc bags, small and medium, we got some extra dish soap in here. And this will actually fit perfectly on this side here, actually. And then the propane will sneak over to this corner over there. This is something new. This is like a really fancy thermos thing. It's called like a Brewmate. Carly got this for, I think, the end of the school year, but yeah, it's just a really fancy little drink cooler. You can actually put drinks in here, or you can put cans in here, and you can put this in the ice cooler. That way it keeps your can really cold. So I'm just gonna lay that over there on the side, and usually all of our cups just kind of go on this side over here. Inside the middle, we got our collapsible water kettle that we use. And I usually just kind of sneak that in right there in the middle, along with our utensils right there. And then our spices, I usually just kind of sneak them in right at the top. I really need a better way to store spices, because they do sometimes fall over. And then inside of our last bag over here, we got all of our soaps. We got hand soap and dish soap along with the sponge. So when we got to do dishes, we can do them here. Put that off to the side here. And then obviously our collapsible Tupperwares can go off to the corner here. And then finally, we got our pour over system, which is this is the GSI Java drip, and we like this because it makes a lot of coffee all at once. So I'll just lay that here onto the side, and then we got some extra cups and stuff, and I'll just put that right here at the corner. And then finally, all we got left is just some dish towels and some extra rags. All right, guys, and that is it. That is a quick rundown of everything in our camp kitchen. Try to do it all in like a one take. That way you guys can just see everything that we keep inside of here. This is a 20-gallon plastic storage box. I just really like it because it's weatherized, so no water, dust, dirt gets in here. Heavy duty, you know? So I can actually stand on this thing. No problem. I like the ability to see on the outside of it so I can kind of know which way I'm opening it from. And it's just been a really good container. For 60 bucks, you really can't go wrong, so. And obviously this isn't everything that we bring to camp. We are still missing like our stove or our grill. Depending on what we're cooking, we're using different things. 2-burner stove, the Tembo Toscado, or maybe the Scotty grill. Those things get transported in the rucks whenever we go camping. But this is literally everything we always take with us to camp. I think the only thing that's missing in here actually is the jet boil. And the only reason why it's missing is because I knew we were gonna have the 2-burner stove and I can make coffee using the collapsible kettle. And that's, so I sometimes bring the jet boil with us, sometimes I don't. I don't have the brand name jet boil, I just have like the fake knockoff one. But otherwise, this is all we need. Along with this tote, we also have our truck box and our dry food storage. But, you know, this thing has been doing us really well, so I wanna just buy a brand new one. If you guys have any questions about anything that we bring to camp, anything about the camp kitchen, leave a comment down below. Is there anything I'm missing out of here? Is there anything else you suggest that I start bringing with us? Let me know, I'm curious. I always like to see what other people are bringing gear-wise. And if you guys are looking for any of the gear that I mentioned here, I will leave a link. It is an affiliate link, by the way, but I will leave a link to all of these products down in the description below so you guys can go check it out. You know, I get a little kickback if you guys use those links. So I really appreciate it. But that's all I got for you guys today. Thank you guys for watching. Like, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thank you.